Hello, good day. Today I'm going to share about the going into end of November and December for the stock and crypto trading. So before we go into that, on roughly early this November, and also in my last sharing, I was talking about a down and deceptive start. So as you can see that on 9 November, indeed that when the rebounds came back from Nasdaq, I wasn't very much convinced. In fact, I was thinking that there will be also further downturn. That's where in the last sharing, I thought about increasing the amount of cash on hand from I think 10 to 20% to around 50%. So let's go. So firstly, let's look into QQQ. QQQ have broken its so-called long-term channel. As you can see from here, the long-term channel itself have been broken, and then we are standing on this support line. It will be very important to look into QQQ uh, price action on 25th, especially 26th of November. So basically, I'm looking at this resistance around 560 area for QQQ to make a standpoint. So next, let's look into IWM for Russia. Russia have actually breakthrough, but then it also break down again. So currently is around this region. So I would expect that there will be some volatility and movement between within the green box. Next, let's look into Hang Seng. Hang Seng is moving outward, slowly trending out. This trend is pretty good. And even though if let's say Nasdaq is going to trend down to a lot, I think Hang Seng will be getting support in this green box area. And if we look into VIX, you can see the first VIX coming down was quite fast. And if you look into the current VIX itself, it's actually trending slowly outwards. So it's actually showing that there's more volatility to come. And as for fear and greed index is now on 11, that extreme fear. So it can be actually at the extreme fear for a long time. Same, it can be also at extreme greed for a long period of time. So next, let's look into my portfolio. So for stock, in the equity portion, I was looking at 20%. Now I'm looking into increase it to about 35%. For option, it will remain the same. As for cash, I'm going to deploy about 20% into the market. And very much will be depend on 25th and 26th of November. So you can also see that for the past 7 days, I done about 36 trade. And for this month itself, I'm doing about near to 100 trade. And for the last 2 months, that means the previous month I'm actually doing about 450 trade. So basically a lot of trade was done in September and October period. As for November, my trade have considerably reduced a lot, and that's because for November I sort of feel that the market is much more volatile to trade. So next, let's look into the crypto position. Crypto side, the market have a crash on the Bitcoin from all-time high of 30% is aligned with my projection in July that crypto will probably have an all-time high in October. So basically what I'm going to do now is to wait for the market outlook to show its hand on 25th and 26th November. And by looking at the price action on these 2 days, I will decide whether to deploy the other 20% of cash into the market. Secondly, my position approach will be more focused on other area of the sector of the market and not in the tech heavy area. And of course, looking into Q1, I do believe that the market will have a short-term stabilization period, probably in next 2 to 3 weeks time, and then we probably have to look into Q1, especially in February, how the market will perform, whether it will form a much more positive price structure. So therefore, to execute a more conservative type of trade. And in fact, my position of return have dropped from 85% to about 31% because I'm actually in more of the high beta trade. So do like and subscribe to my video, and I will share with you after 5th of December what is my take on the overall market direction, and hopefully that will help you as well. Happy trading and take care.